Hello. It's been a little while. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. I know it's been tough out there, but I do hope you have been well. It is nice to see you all again. And I'm happy to have you back on another meme stream. The milk has expired, sir. Chill, chill, chill. Well, someone should have put it in the fridge. The king has, yeah, when they, I'm feeling like the Avatar, you know, Trump got back in the office and the moment the world needed him, he disappeared. That was on I was honestly, as a kid, I was like, what the fuck was the Avatar doing? And honestly, I know what happened. I know what happened. So let me start off. Let me say something. For one, the Madman, thank you so much for the 14 months in a row remaining a part of the frenzy, being incredibly pog. I appreciate you. Let me say firstly, I apologize. I'd like to say sorry. First, I'd like to say sorry to the paying subscribers. You should not subscribe for no streams. So I'm completely sorry for that, for wasting your money and your time on that. I'm sorry for anybody who worried about me or what was going on with me. We'll get to all that in a moment. But I would like to say sorry to you. I'd like to say sorry to the followers and the other subscribers who come here for the channel and who come for like timely, fun, interesting content or whatever the hell you subscribe for. I don't know. Maybe it's the fish tank behind me. I don't know. I'd like to say sorry to you all as well. So I apologize for being gone for so long. I know it's been some time, but I appreciate you for coming back. I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much. Been like a week? Yes, I'm like a week. Been wondering where I'd been? Everywhere and nowhere, unfortunately. Everywhere and nowhere. Firstly, I'd like to say that I think what happened to me is I had like a really bad bout of seasonal depression. I had never had seasonal depression before in my life, but I think it hit me like a truck. Here in Kentucky, our winter gets pretty bad. It gets pretty horrific, honestly. It was like the damn tundra, man. I lived in I lived in like the Arctic Circle. On top of it raining like crazy, like good Lord, it was like it flooded like 3 times here. We had flash flooding so much. It was horrific. Samsauce, thanks for the 31 months in a row. Thank you for remaining a part of the frenzy and being incredibly pog. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are all gray. But you know what? I mean, it's kind of like a new beginning. You ever think about that? It's a new beginning. It's time for me to earn your subs again. So I think it's kind of nice. A little bit of cleaning out, you know? And so when you all are ready, when any of you are ready to subscribe again, I appreciate to have it, but it's time for me to earn your subscription again. Thank you for allowing me back into your arm. Hello. How long has it been since I've streamed? I think it's been like 8 months. Since like serious streaming, it's been like 8-9 months, something like that. It's been quite some time. It's been quite some time. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I got hit with a massive bout of seasonal depression. Very horrible. And then I had anxiety about getting back on stream. But there are other things that happened as well in that time. We can talk about a little bit of them. One thing that happened that pisses me off a little bit is that my key light broke. I love my key light. My key light is broken, and so now I am under and overexposed at the same time, and now I have to rely on my window to kind of give me a little bit of light from one side, and as you can see, it's not working out very well. I mean, you know what? That's actually a little better. I almost completely closed the window. I get like a little bit of light in now. Okay, good enough. Good enough. Hello. Room setup is different. Room setup is a little different. I have all this stuff over here. The blahage is down there as well. You can see the fish tank. This is my saltwater fish tank that I've been keeping track of for a couple months now. You can see some of the fishy swimming around in there. I have a clownfish and a bunch of other stuff. If you go onto my Twitter account, you can see some closer looks at the tank. But yeah, I have a clownfish and a Bengai cardinal fish. I have a fire cleaning shrimp in there as well, a whole bunch of different invertebrates, stuff like that. Some spineless boys, some Trump supporters, some spineless boys in there. Tyrannix, thank you so much for 31 months in a row on Twitch, remaining a part of the frenzy and being incredibly pog. I appreciate you. To a new beginning. Durrington, yes, you were so right. Thanks for the 14 months in a row, remaining a part of the frenzy and being so pog. I humbly request my colored name back in chat. Mr. Shark, good to see you back. Good to see you back as well. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the sub. So yeah, that's been going on. Also, I was debating, what have you been reading? I've been reading a lot. I've been reading a decent amount since I've been gone. I've been keeping up with all the news, and there's been a lot of it. I think I missed a couple things. Pardon me if I'm incorrect, but I think I missed a couple things. But I've been reading a decent amount. I stopped reading Chainsaw Man. For the one specific reason is Fujimoto is like really ass when it comes to the seasonal, when it comes to with the weekly format. Chainsaw Man just does not feel like a weekly format type of manga, and so I just dropped it until I can start to slurp it up in one big go. That's how I read all of part one. I read all of part one in one go. I only started reading Chainsaw Man after part one finished, and actually I started reading Chainsaw Man after the big break between part one and part two finished. And so for me, it didn't feel like anything. I just read the whole thing and I was enjoying it. It was crazy. They ever beat the Dark Souls crab game? No, but we're going to be beating it on stream. So if you wanted to see more of Crab Souls, I have not progressed since you've last seen it, so don't even sweat it. You missed the inauguration. I saw it. I've been keeping up with everything. I've read. I know just about everything that's happened since I've been gone. I know just about everything that's happened. It's just I wasn't there for it, unfortunately. I wasn't there with you all for it. So sorry about that. Yeah, it's kind of like a season 2, isn't it? That's exactly how I read Solo Leveling. My girlfriend isn't here, so I can say this. Solo Leveling seems kind of ass. Solo Leveling seems kind of doo-doo poo-poo. It seems kind of a little bit of doo-doo trashy. I don't know. I've been seeing it around, but it seems kind of a little. It's Aura Farm Simulator. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. For me, my girlfriend loves Solo Leveling. She loves Solo Leveling. She hates reading, but she loves Solo Leveling. And so that's how I knew that she was really liking it, because when she finally caught up to the anime, she started reading the manhwa. The manhwa. That is what they call it in Korean. As Korean comic books. It's called manhwa. Oh, I'm pretty cultured. Anyways, yeah, I just don't feel it. I know you're not a movie guy, but have I seen Sinners yet? You got the first part of your comment right. The answer is no. I have not seen Sinners, and I probably never will because I'm not a movie guy. But I heard a little bit about the author, the director, the creator of the film, who was like a brokey, and he like got out of college and he wanted to make movies, and he made a movie in like 2013. It did fine, and then he put his money together with his besties, and then he put it together Sinners, and it went crazy or something. So I'm happy about that. Love to see more Black artists winning. What if Donald Trump legalized Chainsaw Man? I would unironically see. I can't spoil Chainsaw Man, but if anybody's read the end of part one of Chainsaw Man, don't spoil it for anybody who hasn't read it in chat. But if anybody's ever seen it, like, Trump would 100% be like that American president at the end of part one, making the deal with that devil. He would 100% do that shit too. He wouldn't, it wouldn't even be a second thought. Like somebody would give him the idea and he'd be like, yo, he'd be like, it's the best deal that's ever been done. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it for anybody who hasn't read it, but he would 100% do that shit. He would happily do it too. He'd be skipping his way to the Oval Office to talk to the devil for that one. What's the thing you wish you hadn't missed the most? That's really hard because I think it was the Trump assassination. I wasn't streaming during the Trump assassination thing either last year, and so I think I really would have wanted to be there for that because I was on Twitter when that happened. But can you imagine if I was live when that happened? That would have been crazy. That would have been insane. So I think that's the thing that I wish that I was there for the most over this last little bit that's happened. The rapid fire executive orders were insane too to watch on a daily basis. You used to be watching the news and then randomly like if you have like a news app on your phone, like a random pop-up on your phone while you're looking up like cheesecake recipes, breaking news, Donald Trump has legalized kicking puppies. Breaking news, Donald Trump has signed an executive order to steal candy from babies. Breaking news, Donald Trump has mandated burning forests for fun. Through an executive order, Donald Trump has mandated that every citizen to weed out wokeness must leave their newborn in a hot car for 30 minutes. The strongest will survive. The weakest were woke. The federal judge has temporarily blocked Donald Trump's mandated leave babies in hot lock cars executive order while pending litigation. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, it's like, yeah, when he deported those US citizen children with cancer recently. Did you see the PV victory in Wisconsin? No, I did not. But I'm happy that if true, huge if true. Great news for a guy like me, enemy of the state. I'm also an enemy of, yo, shout out one in chat if you're an enemy of the state. Hello, my boy, I miss you. What's up, Prince Bagel? I miss you too. Hello. Oh yeah, but like, yeah, a lot of things have happened since I've been gone. But somebody asked me earlier what I had been reading. I mean, I've been reading a decent amount of, I've been reading like some manga, honestly. Like I read, like I'm still reading Dan. Kagurabachi, if you haven't picked up Kagurabachi, pick that up now, this instant. It's actually shit's turned to 11. It's crazy. Kagurabachi is crazy right now. Yo, the author of Kagurabachi is on a tear. Like if anybody followed me on Twitter when Kagurabachi came out and I did a little review where I was like, this has the potential to go nutty mode, but if it completely depends on the author and where he takes it. It could be completely generic and forgettable and get canceled, or this could pop off and go to the moon. This has popped off. It's popped off in like an insane way. It's popped off like crazy. So yeah, I would say 100% pick up Kagurabachi if you have not. So nutty. Oh yeah, also type 1 in chat if you're going on RFK Jr.'s autism registry. You know what's crazy is that he wants to put together a registry for people who are autistic, but not a registry for, we still don't have a registry for guns though. That's wild. Have you tried Gachia Kuta? No, I haven't. I've seen it around. That's the guy. That's the one where the guy on the first volume is like, where or something, and he's like all in green. He's got big fucking like Mickey Mouse shoes and shit like that. I always hear people say that shit pops off. I've never touched it in my life. Little trash boy, yeah, little trash boy on the top. I haven't been tested for autism, but now I don't think now's the time. There's gonna have to be a goddamn underground railroad for people who are autistic kids. Confirmed that I'm autistic over Christmas, and then like 2 weeks ago or something, RFK said he wants an autism registry, so that's fun. Yeah, me being put on the list for being autistic, that's crazy. Forgot about Cat Stare. Cat Stare is so funny. I don't know why, but my Shonen Jump is not loading. Yeah, it's just not loading. I have no clue why. It won't even let me pull it up. Wait a second. I have it on my phone. I have it on my phone too. Let me boop. Like I said, Dan to Dan, I'm still reading Kagurabachi. I'm not sure if anybody saw, but like the person who made Bochi the art, Bochi and my bad, from the manga author Bochi, who made Dr. Stone, he released a new manga. It's called The Martial King. Kind of ass. Hate to say it, kind of ass, kind of doo-doo, kind of poo-poo. Kind of shitty garbo. I hate to be the one to break it to anybody who thought that might be interesting. It's kind of not. I hate to say it, it's kind of not. Chojin X. I've been reading a lot of Chojin X. Goku Rakugai. That one's good as well. Ichi the Witch. That one is fun. That one's fun. I'm keeping up with Kaiju number 8 as well. While I was gone, I actually read Muyo and Roji's Bureau of Supernatural Investigation, an oldie, but I think a goodie, honestly. That was pretty fun. And honestly, I picked up a little bit of Ruby Dragon. I don't read any slice of life because I have a life. I don't need a slice of some fake fucking character's life to feel fulfilled. But like this one's actually kind of interesting. It's about some little bitch that gets turned into like whose mom fucked a dragon and now who has to deal with like dragon powers while going to school. Crazy. Sakamoto Days is pretty interesting as well. I'm enjoying it. Ultimate Exorcist Kiyoshi. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. That one's a little fun too. Have you heard of Corey Kenshin wanting to make his own anime? Yeah, I did. He dropped a manga a little while ago, didn't he? It's called The Monsters We Make. Is that right? I haven't read it. I haven't seen anybody talk about it, but you know, if it's good, it's good. Love to see black artists winning. Love to see him winning. Love to see him doing that thing. So yeah. Oh, also, I've been like, okay, so yeah, I was gone. Like, I think one of the big, I just got like such block when it comes to creating. I had such like a huge block. I didn't know what to do, what to talk about. I couldn't put together segments anymore. I don't know what hit me. Just something really came over me and I just couldn't do anything anymore. I just stopped in life, really. And for this last little while I've been gone, I just haven't really done much of anything, honestly. And I wanted to do some stuff. I was bored. Like, I like doing this. It's interesting to me. I do this because I like it. It's interesting. It's like enthralling. It's exhilarating. It's very fun for me. I love what I do, but I just couldn't do it, and I couldn't do anything. I was so stuck in life. I was really stuck, and I don't know. I just couldn't move at all. I was pulled in so many different directions, but I couldn't do a thing. And so I'd like to get back to my psychiatrist. I haven't yet. I stopped going to my psychiatrist as well. I know, slap me on the wrist. That's bad. I'd like to get back there as well. But I don't know. I was just really waiting. I don't know. I've been like trying to force getting back into things, and I just haven't been able to. It's not like I've like not been able to even think of anything. I mean, like while I've been gone, I was like thinking of things. Oh, whoops, that's not right. Wait 1 second. You're not supposed to see that. What the heck? Thankfully, I didn't have anything crazy open. Thankfully, I didn't have anything insane open. I certainly don't look up insane things on my computer while I'm off stream. So it's not like it would even be an issue. Lamau. Let me doop. While I was gone, the monitor capture switched, it seems. There we go. Boom. Okay. Yeah, while I was gone, I kept up with a decent amount of stuff. So here's like all the stuff. Each line is something that I wanted to talk about, honestly. And so like this is all stuff like just like ideas that I have that when I think of something, I just write it down there. And so that's a list that I'm going to be pulling from in future streams when we're going to be talking about certain stuff. One of the big things that I want to be talking about here in like a little bit is kind of the Trump administration and killing Christianity. That's one thing I really want to talk about, especially since after the Pope died, after our woke Pope died, people like Marjorie Taylor Greene called him a demon and said he's burning in hell. Woman isn't even Catholic. It's crazy. Jay, thank you so much for the 25 months in a row. Remaining part of the Friends and being incredibly Pog. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really want to talk about that. Yeah, Agent Vance going on the Trump administration. Agent Vance, a secret hitman from the Trump administration, fucking dropped the chandelier on our woke Pope, killing him instantly. Can you imagine meeting a guy and he's so weird you die of cringe? Because I know, because if I would have made a video on it, I 100% would have called it. I would 100% would have called it Pope meets JD Vance instantly dies of cringe or something like that. Pope meets JD Vance dies of cringe. 100%. It's perfect. It's perfect. It would have been perfect as well. Safe Cinnamon, thank you so much for the 3 months remaining part of the frenzy. Being incredibly Pog, I appreciate you. Thank you. Shark love to you too. Had to cringe a couple of his poor heart. His weak heart, as that old man, his weak heart couldn't take it. Is this real or am I dreaming again? Do you dream about me? Anyways, not a crazy amount happened. Well, yeah, I mean, like a decent amount happened while I was gone. A decent amount happened while I was gone. One thing, listen, okay, I was, man, should I even tell you guys this? Listen, while I was gone, Melissa, my girlfriend's friend, needed some stuff returned. She came to visit. She accidentally left the stuff. We needed to go return it. We went to UPS. Or my bad, USPS. Okay. Sweet Blasphemy, thanks so much for the tier 1. On the website, join the frenzy. Being incredibly Pog, I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm just here for the swig. Swig is really good. That is a really good emote, I can't lie. Thank you. Did you see Trump say he wants to be the Pope? Bro, we all know his ass would go up in flames instantly. The holy fire would be remarkable. You know, the fat will boil off his ass. The holy flames would spit roast him, dude.
Based and red pilled?
Yo, Auntie, thank you so much for the $4.99. I appreciate you. Pope at least complained to Catholic HR department about the Vance before he died of cringe. Thank you. I know for a fact that's not Vance's first HR referral. I know that for a fact. So yeah, we went to USPS, okay? And this fucking story is crazy. This is the shit that happens to me when I don't stream, okay? I was just minding my own business, all right? Minding my own business. in USPS. We were putting stuff together to go to ship. She left like basically an entire suitcase just full of baby clothes and stuff from her like baby, and so we need to like we couldn't just ship the whole suitcase, so we need to unpack it and then, you know, do this and do that. So we were putting it in different boxes that they were giving us. Everything was fine, right? Literally nothing happened the whole time we were there. When we were leaving though, we walked past basically a line of people that had showed up behind us, since it was taking just a second for us to repackage all of the things correctly to the point where they would make it to her in one piece and not be an issue when it comes to shipping. And then they had to check for lithium batteries, because lithium batteries explode, you know, Tesla trucks and whatnot, right? They don't want the USPS trucks to turn into like a fucking Cybertruck. They don't want them to go up in flames like that. So no lithium batteries. They checked for batteries. We were leaving, and I didn't get stopped. Melissa got stopped. My girlfriend got stopped. And so this lady who was in the front of the line was whispering in her ear, right? Something. All I heard was, "Hey ma'am, is that your husband?" And she was like, "No." And I was like walking in front of her, so I didn't really hear necessarily what happened. All I know is that she was like, and then looked at me, and then we left the store, right? And then we got into the car, and I was like, what did that lady say to you, girl? And she was like, "There's blood on your pants." I was like, what? What do you mean there's blood on my pants? She's like, "There's blood on the back of your pants, like just going down your leg." And I was like, you can't be serious. Like, why in the world would there be blood on my pants? And she was like, "There's a lot of blood, actually. It's not even like a small amount of blood. It was actually so much blood that it genuinely worried people behind me like I was dying." I had no clue, mind you. I was perfectly fine. Now, I was wearing gray sweatpants, my favorite gray sweatpants, actually, that day, because it was like, it wasn't like super hot. It was like one of those days where you can wear whatever you want. And so I was like, okay, what? That's insane. And so we get home, right? And I'm like, and I took off my pants. I shit you not, like this big blood stain in like the back of my pants running down my leg. And I was like, what the hell happened to me? What happened to me? I found out my asshole exploded. My fucking asshole exploded while I was in USPS. Shit was crazy. And honestly, I didn't leave my house for a couple weeks, honestly, after that. Just random bleeding from the ass? No, it wasn't random. It wasn't random, honestly. I had my first ever like hemorrhoid. I don't know what exactly happened. I had my first ever hemorrhoid. Shit exploded while I was in USPS, apparently. And like just blood everywhere. I got checked. I'm fine. I'm fine. It just exploded. And my asshole exploded while I was in USPS. I honestly fell to my knees and I didn't leave my house for a couple weeks. It was horrific. It was horrific.
Based in Red Pill?
Horrific time for me. Anyways, and then after that, I didn't stream for a while. Impetus, thanks so much for the 199. Welcome back. Sadly, it's back to this hell. You know, it happens. It happens. Thanks for the 199 super chat. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you. Miss y'all. Y'all miss you too. Gang, yeah, the gang's all here. Yeah, nice to see you. The thing is, the craziest thing about it is that it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt at all. It didn't hurt. At no time did it really hurt. I just had blood all over my pants. It's like, not only is that horrifically like unhygienic, it's also embarrassing. It's also like mad embarrassing. Yeah, it was like a mental thing, I think. It was like a mental pain that it inflicted upon me. Sucks ass, really. Based in blood pilled. Oh, I think the universe is trying to tell me to go on hiatus. I guess maybe that's what it was. The universe was telling me I need to go on hiatus for a little bit. I need to cool down. Yeah, then I just didn't stream for a while. I was kind of hecked up. Suck that ass. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh yeah, guys, chat, have you guys seen like the Switch 2 releasing? All right, tell me what you guys think. Do you think the price of the Switch 2 in the games is reasonable or insane? Reasonable or crazy? What do you think? Type 1 if reasonable, 2 if crazy. There's some ones. 3 pre-ordered? Crazy. Okay. What about the $80 games though? 1 if reasonable, $80 games, $80 Mario Kart, 2 if crazy, $80 Mario Kart. What do we think? Psycho. Psycho. It competes in performance with the Steam Deck. How much is the Steam Deck again? Isn't the Steam Deck like cheaper than the Switch 2? I have a Steam Deck. I forgot how much I paid for it. Yeah, the Steam Deck right now is like $399. Isn't it? Wait, is that the same price? Or is that more expensive? What do you guys? I thought the Switch 2 was $450. Or was it just $400? Lose the glasses? What the hell? I just got here. I'm blind. Psycho. I get that video games used to be more expensive, but like our wages have been worse since the 80s. Yeah, I hear that argument too. It's just like, oh, games used to be more expensive. Okay, and the gaming industry was like way smaller back then. And our money could just go further than it used to now. Our money just doesn't go as far as it does now. So yeah, when games are more expensive, yeah, they're more expensive than they would have been back then. You could buy less. It's just crazy. $100 like every single time you want to buy a video game is crazy to me, dude. I don't know. I personally, I'm not flabbergasted by the price of the Steam Deck. About the price of the Switch 2 itself. Fine, whatever. It's a console. I'm flabbergasted by the $80 games and how they try to swing that by us. The $80 games is crazy. It's wild to me because they just became $70 and now they want them to be $80, dude. That's wild. I like Mario Kart. You guys saw me grinding out Mario Kart, and I want to grind out some more Mario Kart, honestly. But like, between you and me, Mario Kart ain't an $80 game. It's not. 80 greenbacks. That shit is. I've watched almost every single piece of Mario Kart World content that I could find out there from like random people playing it as well. That shit don't look $80. I'm sorry. And when like the like what was it, Doug Bowser or something was like, dude, just wait for the Mario Kart World shit to release, then you'll definitely know why it's $80. That did not tell us why it was $80. All that told us is that what they wanted us to do was like fuck off and stop asking questions for why it's $80. That's what they really wanted to do. I don't know, dude. They showed us nothing new. That is not $80, man. I think it's a normal $60 game for me. Now, what does this mean for me? I'm a content creator, all right? And like streaming games and stuff is also part of my job. And so obviously it would make more sense for me to be able to buy it, but I'm going to tell you this right now. My ass is not buying the Switch 2 at launch, and I'm not buying any Switch 2. Oh my gosh, like listen, I never played Nintendo games when I was younger. I actually played a lot of like PlayStation and Xbox games. I played some Wii games. before, and I played like just a couple of Game Boy games. But honestly, I played the Game Boy games that I played were like the games that were based off of like the fucking TV shows, like the Nickelodeon TV shows. I played like the Fairy Odd Parents game on my Game Boy Advance. I was not playing some like Mario that fucking Pipe the World or whatever bullshit that kids were playing back then. I never did that. So maybe I'm just, you know what? Thankfully, thank God, I'm not like consumed by the Nintendo like nostalgia brain rot that like absorbs their community. But like, I don't think that there's a single Nintendo experience that I would pay $80 for right now. I'm just, especially not Pokemon, dude, especially not a Pokemon game. Good Lord, Pokemon seems so ass. Everything else related to Pokemon seems fine. Pokemon games seem so ass. They seem so bad. They actually seem, if I didn't know what Nintendo was, I would 100% say that Nintendo games are a front for a criminal organization. Like they gotta be Schedule 1 selling drugs back there, like behind the scenes, because there's no way that you would sell Pokemon pee pee poo poo for like $70 and people say that this like changed their life. I'm flabbergasted. I am blown away. I am dumbfounded about Pokemon games. They cook me. They cook my brain. Now I know it's the most popular franchise in the entire world, but holy crap, man. Holy Pokemon. Okay, congratulations everyone. The new Pokemon Shit and Fart just released. It runs at 14 frames per second if you're lucky. Oh, and this time they even made the Pokemon do a spin. They do a spin when they attack. It's crazy, dude. 14 whole frames. Open world that looks like it's made out of Play-Doh taken from a 5-year-old's nasty set. Wow. You can get a Pikachu hat in this? 10 polygons? Wow, wow, wow. New Pokemon Suck and Fuck just dropped. $110 for the deluxe edition. It's gotta be, it's insane. It's insane. I feel cooked. See, AAA price mobile games. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Finally, somebody says it. Somebody, why would you say something so controversial yet so true? Pokemon games look like you can run them on an iPhone 5, but they still run horribly on the Switch. It kind of blows my mind. It blows my mind. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't. I'll never get it. I'll never get it. I'm not that interested in Power World, but I'm glad there's a seemingly relevant Pokemon competitor. Let's just be honest with ourselves. I don't think there's ever really going to be a Pokemon competitor. Like, if I'm just going to be honest, a lot of people I think misunderstand what Pokemon is. Pokemon is like all encompassing. If you want something Pokemon, if you want everything in your life Pokemon related, you can get it because it's just that big. It is the largest media franchise in the world by a large margin. I think it's double the size of like the next biggest thing, which is fucking Mickey Mouse. It's just, there is no Pokemon competitor. There is none. And there probably will never be one, really. For people who like the monster collecting thing, sure, but like for people who want something as all-encompassing as Pokemon, they can't. No. Yeah, you ain't getting the full-size Vaporeon plushie from the Power World devs, you know what I'm saying? Can you imagine? Can you be like? Can we just be serious real quick? What in the fuck were they thinking? Releasing a full size Vaporeon plushie. You know what's going to happen. There's some. I know for a fact. There's some absolute monster planning the most horrendous video you've ever seen in your entire life. That's going to turn into like a. That's going to turn into an inside joke Discord GIF. Happy to see you on, fam. Happy to see you back. Nice to see you. I rebuke this in Jesus' name. Oh, some people were thinking that they were going to release a full-size Lopunny. Horrific. Unhygienic. They did release the full-size Gardevoir. I don't like that either. Yeah, Pokemon games are like 0.3% of Game Freak's revenue stream. Yeah, man, it's just I don't even. But yeah, they seem terrible. They seem horrendous. They seem horrific. I don't know. It's just like maybe it's just me. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, man, I'm kind of on the Northern Lion train when it comes to you can't worry about the price of trash. But I was just thinking about this for a second, like. It just kind of, I don't know, we're just going to have to wait until Mario Kart World comes out because I do want to play Mario Kart World, where I just want to see what the new Mario Kart is like. But like Nintendo games are just like a small portion of the amount of games that I play since I'm just such a big variety gamer. But like, sheesh, man. It feels like I like Nintendo more when they were suffering. I like Nintendo more when they were struggling. When Nintendo feels like they're on one, then they turn the cringe up to 11. Like when Nintendo feels like they can get money from you, they act like I know, you know, when Nintendo feels confident. Like other companies, they try and hide a little bit more. Nintendo does not give a shit. They're now charging you for tutorials. $10 for a Switch 2 fucking tutorial. That's how you know it's bad. That's how you know they're confident. I like them better when they were struggling, when they were crawling, when they were begging. Back when like the Switch original dropped, that's when Nintendo was kind of peaking out. They do need another Wii U. They need another Wii U situation. They need to. It has to happen. If Nintendo games went down in price, I wouldn't care, but they never go down in price. This is why like most of the Nintendo games that I own are actually secondhand off of the Facebook Marketplace. Like I buy my Nintendo games off the Facebook Marketplace of people around me. That's how I get my Nintendo games, because I know for a fact like Nintendo fans will debate you like their life depends on it. Why a 35-year-old game needs to be $70 re-released on the new platform, every new platform they release. And they buy it happily and willingly. I couldn't possibly. Cartridge only lightly licked. I do not care. Put that saliva into my Switch. Shit'll probably heat up enough to burn all the bacteria off anyways. All the bacteria will burn off anyways once I pop it in. I do not care. It does not matter. Shit comes out sterilized with how hot that bitch gets at times. It's no worry to me. Shark versus Scott the Woz debate. It's hilarious. But no, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I can't trust Nintendo. Nintendo is just like a company I cannot trust. I can't trust them. I cannot trust them. But there are people who treat Nintendo like Iwata saved them from a burning building while they was a child. You know what I mean? It's just too much. It just gets way too much. I'm not too fond of Nintendo. Some of the games that they release are epic and pog, but like, I don't know. I feel like people hold them up like really high when it comes to respect, but I don't know. I feel like the new Super Mario era kind of told me exactly what Nintendo is. That's exactly what they are, bro. Mm. This time they added a fan. Wow. Wow. You're alive. Great to see you. Great to see you too. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Guys, are you excited for the 25th installment in the last 12 years of the new Super Mario Bros? It's the same game again, but this time they added an acorn that actually turns you into a squirrel. Wow. Holy shit. I'd pay $110 for that. You kidding me? Notice how every Wii U game got released, but they were all bangers. Born of Fear. I like my companies scared and afraid. Just like how they should be. Constantly thinking that the next thing that they drop could be their last. That's what I want out of Nintendo. When they think that when they're on a roll, they create new Super Mario Bros. When they think that they're on a roll, they drop the $10 tutorial. That's what they do. Oh, cause you know how you know that they think that they're that they can't lose. That like Switch Sports with golf as DLC coming out a year later after the game drops. Like, you gotta be kidding me, man. That's actually worse than the like 15-year-old demo for the platform, for demo for the console that they made beforehand, and charging money for it. You know it's bad. You know it's bad. You can tell so much when they think that they can wring every dollar out of you, man. Yeah, nice to see you, Space Communist. What's up? What's up? I did not watch the Minecraft movie, thank God. Also, is Jack Black going to be in all of these like video game movies from now on? Is Jack Black going to be in every single one of them? Is that just his thing where he's going to be in every single video game movie that drops? Is Jack Black going to be playing Kazuya in like a Tekken movie? Or do you think he should be Jin? Maybe he should be Jin. But I hope not. Guys, I hope you're excited. We've casted Jack Black as as Akuma in the new Street Fighter movie. You need to get back on Balatro. I miss your Balatro streams. You know what? I should be playing some Balatro. You're so right. Did you see the Minecraft movie in theaters? No, but I live in kind of a small town, and so I heard a little bit about it because we drive past the cinema, and we actually didn't have the crazy bullshit that was happening in those other places where people were trying to jump off the chairs while holding a live chicken. Which, mind you, in this economy, a chicken is like that's a valuable resource. Eggs, that we basically have an egg-based economy right now. Well, you cannot be messing around with chickens like that. Eggs might as well be gold. Just don't bring this evil to the world. I didn't do anything wrong. It's scary, man. It's scary. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I don't watch movies though. It's just I don't know. Movies have been kind of insane recently. I don't know. Movies have been kind of curious recently. Oh, but you know, one thing I have been keeping up with, I've been playing a little bit of Marvel Rivals too. I've been I'm playing a little bit of Marvel Rivals. I become a pretty decent Jeff. I can't lie. I became a pretty decent DPS Jeff, and that is definitely very fun. He gets the most smiles per gallon, I'm going to say. Of course you did? What the fuck do you mean, of course you did? Don't you hit me with the of course you did. That's what I think about other people. Like, they're always like, oh, your name's Shark. This guy's gonna pick the shark. I might, but not always. Like, yo, chill. Chill on me, chill on me. What's up, Doom? Nice to see you. What's up, Bounce? I play Spidey. I want to learn Spidey, but when we get back onto Rivals, I gotta like play the milk. My ass is gonna be the milkman. All right. We have to learn Luna Snow, Invisible Woman, Emma Frost. I think I might want to try Cloak and Dagger as well. Like, I'm trying to become the milkman. That's very important to me. Emma Frost skin, thoughts? My girlfriend bought it. The second she saw that, she bought it. Yeah, I'm trying to get closer to the white women. See what's up with them. And for a trip to Europe. Yo, congrats. Hope it goes well. Honestly, like going to Europe as an American right now must be kind of scary. Cause the second there you'll say like, oh, I'm an American, they're gonna start looking at you funny. You're like, not one of those. Yeah, it's gonna get discriminated against and shit. Ooh. No, I didn't vote for him. Not him, not that guy. I voted for the black one. Please. The black one. I love the black one. You gotta go there with like a Harris Walls shirt on. How's the GF doing? She's doing pretty well. She settled into her job very well. Yeah, she's doing really well for herself, honestly. I'm very happy about how things have been going for her. Really, truly. Yeah, good things have been happening. I voted for the melanin one, the melanated one. Please. Back like you never left. Welcome back. Thank you. I'm doing my best. Thank you. Seeing Jack Black now, like when Dwayne Johnson had 3 movies come out all in 1 month, 2 of which he was wearing the same costume in the trailer. That is really funny. Oh, they just be soaking up money, and that's basically it. And honestly, I can't even get on them for like chasing the bag too, because like why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? All I have to say is like, but the Steve like figures that have come out where it's just Jack Black is just so funny to me though. Have you seen them? Like the Minecraft movie Jack Black Steve figures where it's literally just him. It's like, mommy, can I please have the overweight the middle-aged man figure, please? Please. I need it. Wait a second. It's literally just Jack Black in a white shirt. It's so funny. It's so funny, dude. What the hell am I looking at? Look at that thing. Yo. Oh my gosh, that's Steve. It's really him. It's just middle-aged man in blue shirt with Creeper. He being chased by Creeper. He's actually just a guy. I fucking love consumerism, man. It's so good. My other favorite shark YouTuber is retiring. I'm glad you're back. Really? It's sad seeing YouTubers retire, man. I hate to see it. I hate to see him go. It's like watching a TV show get canceled that you like. Imagine showing this to someone in 1953. It's literally just Jack Black. It's just him. It's so funny. Shark action figure when? I kind of worry. I don't want an action figure made of me because I kind of worry what some of y'all will try and do to it. And I'm not afraid to say that. I'm afraid of you. That's what I'm afraid of. I don't like, the last thing I want is to be scrolling Reddit and see my ass getting jarred. Oh yeah, so yeah, things have been kind of curious. Anyways, but yeah, I've been keeping up with just about everything that's been happening. I want to talk about, I mean, we got to talk a little bit about the tariffs sometime soon. Like, I know everybody's talked about the tariffs, like here and back, like to hell and back, but that's kind of like a problem as well. Like, this has become so ubiquitous. One thing that I want to talk about is the fact that, you know, I'm not going to come on here and start, was it like what is it, like recession trolling, like recession drum beating. I have no clue if a recession is coming. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to say that I think you should probably start planning like it's a recession is coming. I know the economy isn't good and it's only going to be getting worse. Probably more likely than not. I said it before when the election was going on that if Trump gets in office, our economy is incredibly delicate right now. And having him come in and start to add like fear and anxiety and like all this bullshit to the economy, it's only going to make it worse. I was right about that, at least. that part was definitely true. And so I don't really want to start recession posting, but I will say that as somebody who, if it happened, and there's going to be a recession at some point in time in the future. That's just how our economy works. With the amount of people making in this economy jokes, I think out of any indicator about whether or not a recession is coming, I think that's probably one of them. You know what I mean? Because like when everything's going kind of okay, obviously there's people who complain about stuff. Obviously things are pretty bad since in this country, we really don't care about like the poorest and most needy among us. There's something in the air when your average person starts making in this economy jokes, or just being like, in this economy, get this and that in this economy, man, paying attention in this economy. Yeah. When people start going in this economy, yeah, breathing air, like, yeah. When people start going in this economy, like, let me know if you've heard people in this economying around you. Because I know I have. Just in public, while I've been hanging out with the GF and stuff, we go out, like, whenever we, like, go out to, like, eat or we go out shopping for groceries and stuff like that. There is a lot of people who are in this economying like crazy. And things are just, and I think that's probably one of the most telltale signs that people are feeling like things are getting worse. Because like in this country, we don't really like telling people that we're doing poorly or that we're struggling. That's a really difficult thing to say. It's even more difficult to ask for help. So I think one way in people let other people know that they kind of feel the pinch, they feel like they're struggling, and to not feel like you're a bitch or like a victim or something, is to kind of like joke about it. And in this economy is one of the most like widely accepted ways to joke about how your personal financial situation or how you think it's going to be doing in the future. In this economy is like one of those phrases that you hear people start to say when they start talking to each other a little bit about, things actually aren't too great right now. Temu has fallen, Shein has fallen. My friends tell me to get a new laptop charger, and all I say is in this economy, and they all get it. Yeah, it's a common retort. Common retort. It's so easy, because of course it is. In this economy, sucks. It's getting bad. Now, there are a couple things that I didn't watch while I was gone, and that I've saved. I want to take a look at some of them. Let's take a little look. There was this video. I never thought I was going to lose this much money. Trump voter admits tariffs weren't too great. Let's see.
We want to have as many bees as we can.
Oh, whoops.
We want to have as many bees as we can to make honey.
At Secret Garden Bees, a honey farm in Linden, North Carolina, farmer Jim Hartman has one eye on his bees and the other on his bank account.
Ideally, we'll get 100 pounds of honey per hive per year.
How do you feel about paying more for things?
You've seen this one like 5 times? My ass hasn't seen this at all. I just saved it to my watch later and was like, when I get back to streaming, I'll just watch it. So now you get to watch me watch it. And isn't that fun?
Well, you know, if you find someone who says, I'm happy about paying more for something, you point them out to me. People who already couldn't.
That is so funny because like half of the retort from Trump supporters after they realized that he wasn't going to make prices come down was like, me, I love paying for more. I love spending more money. Me, please, Daddy Trump, shower me with those tariffs. Oh, they're so good. Like all of them were like, oh, I would love to pay more for literally everything. Having less money is the most American thing I could possibly do. Yo, bring back Hoovervilles. I'd love to live with my entire extended family in a 1-bedroom apartment in an asbestos-filled shithole. Dead. You don't even get it. Because we don't need appliances. We don't need food. We don't need safe housing and clean water. What we need is an American flag on our wall and a sweat of our brow. I love slop. Hogs love their slop. Don't cry, little Trump supporter. We've got more tariffs. We've got enough tariffs to feed you for your entire life. Open up. Hey, Bassin. Up the tariffs by 100%. Boys hungry.
Afford fresh vegetables, who couldn't already afford to put good food on their plate, are the ones that are really going to be hurt by this.
Did you ever think when you voted for President Trump that things were going to cost you more and you were going to lose money?
I never thought I was going to lose this much money this fast.
Jim is a Republican.
That is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, yeah, I voted for him because even though I knew he was going to make the economy worse and he was going to lose me money, I just didn't think it'd be this bad. Really? Really? You didn't think like replacing literally everything with tariffs on the literally every way the government makes money with tariffs on the entire rest of the world would make prices go up, make line go up? Really? Me would I lie? Me would I lie? I think in my mind, I think he thought Trump was going to make everything great again, really. And now things aren't going as great. And he's like, what's this leopard doing here?
Voted for Donald Trump 3 times.
How do you feel about your vote for Donald Trump now?
Well, I feel like perhaps I should have considered some other options.
Among other things, Jim imports packaging supplies.
You think he was one of the guys who searched up what is a tariff on election day? Remember when those Google Trends happened and then people were asking what is a tariff? Who's running for election? What is a tariff? Probably never did. Yeah, maybe actually, you're right. He's probably one of the people who said, he's probably one of the people who were like, I had no clue what the hell a tariff was until this happened.
Applies for his honey, so he's paying real close attention to the tariffs Trump just put in place.
We just bought our year's supply of bottles from Taiwan and our year's supply of corks from Portugal about 3 weeks ago. So that would have been, another 5,000 or 6,000 out of my pocket.
Which is partly why he's repairing instead of replacing this 40-year-old forklift.
The cost of equipment has just gone through the roof to buy anything like that because it just would be cost prohibitive.
He's also holding off on improvements around the farm.
Well, we're not going to hire any more people, that's for sure.
It's more than just the tariffs. For the past 2 years, Jim has been selling honey to the federal government, which then provides it to schools and food banks. But after Donald Trump took office, the USDA cut those programs suddenly as part of the federal government's effort to streamline spending.
Oh, really? Yeah, so now you're telling me that when you sold this is so good, man. This is hilarious because this happens a lot down here because I'm in Kentucky, okay? I'm in Kentucky. I know this. I've seen it. I see it with my own two eyes where these type of like small business people, the way they make their money is by like feeding off the government. And I don't say that in a bad way. I know a lot of people in this country and around the world say that it's a bad thing. I think that's one of the purposes of the government, to get that type of stuff done and help people like him be able to support themselves, their family, and their communities. But this is something that I've seen so much of, okay? When you figure out that you were the E in DEI, you were the equity part of DEI, all right? You were so consumed with like getting rid of DEI, getting Trump in office, that you completely forgot or didn't even consider or thought that this guy had your best interest in mind when he very clearly didn't. And we've known that, but I know he's never even thought about that when the 3 times that he's voted for him, right? Because you had many different options every single time Trump's been up for office and you voted for him every time. Like you did this to yourself. That's not even, I can't even say you fell for anything, honestly, because the people who fell for it didn't vote. The people who knew, the people who I kind of feel sorry for, the people who didn't vote. The people who I don't feel sorry for was the ones who voted willingly for Trump and are now about what happened. But here, like a lot of people make their living still off of agriculture, okay? And that agriculture, there isn't always that big of a demand right where they are to get their produce sold, like from their house or from like local retailers. And so obviously the government was like, oh, great idea. Let's buy this from them and then give it to people in other places so we can make sure this stuff gets where it's needed. And so these people, so both sides of our country get helped. The people who make things and the people who need things. And that's actually an incredibly fair and incredibly useful way to use resources in this country, when before this stuff would just go into the trash or never get sold and those companies would go out of business. The US aid did the exact same thing with a humanitarian aid around the world. And now since Trump and Elon Musk destroyed that, 97% of US aid is now gone. Well, guess what? Now places that grow corn and can't, for some reason, can't live exclusively off of corn, and people around them eat Stouffer's TV dinners for lunch and dinner, and not like another 10 ears of corn, are now figuring out that the corn that they made that was getting dried and sent to places like Africa, places in the Middle East, places in Asia, where they were, after they sold it to the government to be able to get it into hungry people's mouths, is now not happening because we've cut the money that went to those programs. And so here in Kentucky, something is really interesting is that there were so many cornfields. To get to some of my friends who live out in the middle of nowhere, sometimes I have to drive through rows and rows and acres of cornfields. And the thing is that the reason for why they still make so much corn, even though there's not that massive demand for corn necessarily, is because the US government helps uplift those people and those farmers. Okay. And if you want to be the one that tells the farmer, well, Sorry, bro, you can't make corn anymore. Learn to code. Please, I beg of you. I'd love Donald Trump to be the guy who goes to farmers in the middle of fucking Kentucky and telling them, put down the farm, sell their John Deere, and learn to code. I think that'd be hilarious. It'd be the funniest thing in the world to me. I'd cover that day and night. No rest, no sleep, bloodshot eyes, cackling. It'd be the funniest thing in the world. Please tell those farmers that they can't, that now since we stopped their corn from getting sold to kids in Africa, because fuck them kids, all right? And fuck spending money on making sure that people in our country and across the world get helped at the same time. And probably one of the most efficient trade transactions that a government could make. Now, bro, you got to start working for DeepSeek or something. Or you got to sell your body to fucking Neuralink so he can put another chip in your brain. Or work in the private sector, get in the mines. Start working the mines, Brody, because coal's going to the moon. We all know that, right? Oh, don't worry. You can definitely quit everything you do and start working in the semiconductor factory that's going to be put up in never. Please, I beg of you. I'd love to see it. Here in Kentucky, there is so much corn. And you know what happens to a lot of that corn and a lot of that produce is that it gets turned into corn syrup. RFK Jr. specifically hates corn syrup. They hate the idea of corn syrup. But here's one thing. You ever wonder why there's so much corn syrup here in this country and not in any other place in the world? Do you ever wonder why every single thing that we have has high fructose corn syrup in it? Instead of like a normal sugar or cane sugar or something along those lines? It's specifically because of those farmers. That welfare for farmers, that DEI for all of our corn farmers in this country is that the government helps buy that corn and helps and subsidizes that corn to get turned into corn syrup. And then we had other companies and we give them subsidies for buying that corn syrup and then replacing cane sugar in their products with the corn syrup to help make a line of demand for the corn, because you can't. The people only want to eat so much corn, dog. They only want to eat so much corn. You got to give it up at some point. So there needs to be a reason for that to happen, and that used to be incredible. That used to be huge. Now that stuff is getting cut, and so now produce is rotting on the fields. There are farmers who don't know if they can make ends meet anymore. And they all voted for it, unfortunately, because they all thought that Trump was going to screw over someone else, but not them. Here in Kentucky, there are trains that go by. I hear trains that go by every now and again. And you know what's on those trains? Coal and corn syrup. Because that is the lifeblood of a lot of communities down here, is that they get their corn, turn it into corn syrup, and then they ship it off to Coke or Pepsi or like Kellogg or something, and then that gets turned into food that you eat. And no, corn syrup is not that great for you, but it has been pretty great for them and the economy. But if you want to be the one to tell them that they need to learn how to code, if you need to tell them that they need to hop in the fucking sweatshop and start making American Shein fast fashion dresses with little mushrooms on them, bro, be my guest. I love to see their faces when you take like the plow out of their hands and then hand them a sewing machine and get to work, Cletus. Get to work, Cletus. All right, I'm gonna need 150 dresses sewn up by noon today. But it's 10. What did I say? What did I say? You heard me? Like, I'd love to see it. Nobody wants to make cheap Chinese trash and knickknacks, but they love buying it. We need you in the factory, buddy. You're gonna make America great again. My favorite, it's so interesting to watch this happen because all of this is predicated on the fact that Trump wants to be his own like Mao Zedong. He wants his own great leap forward, but it's the great falling down the stairs. It's the complete obliteration of American soft power across the entire world, and the complete obliteration of our like trade of our trade partnerships that we've like put together for like the last 100 years. It's incredible. If you hate America, you must be like You must be cheesing right now. You've waited for days like this. The empire is crumbling. Just thinking one guy too. Huge news for America haters. Huge news, huge news. I was talking to my mom about tariffs and making clothes expensive and shit. Making clothes expensive, and I shit you not, she looked at me dead in the eye and said, "Just learn how to sew." Yeah, listen, I'd love to see country bumpkins learn how to sew, to put together Shein fast fashion trash. I'd love to see it. It'd be the craziest thing in the world, dude. I know for a fact. Everybody is so high on their own fart. All the Trump supporters are so high on their own farts when it comes to this. Everyone thinks it's so easy. It's so easy. Like, the companies moved to another country for fun because they thought it was silly. They thought it was hilarious. It would just be a funny prank that they'd play on the American people for 70 years. It was just going to be like a hilarious tee hee ha ha. Oh, but they could just come back and everything's going to be the same. Even if they came back like that, you know what would have to happen? There'd have to be such massive American subsidies on all of those things made that it would completely counteract I think it would even completely counteract a lot of the economic benefit that we would even gain from getting a lot of that stuff back to begin with. It is very difficult. This is a very difficult economic issue to solve because, on one hand, yes, it can be very dangerous to have all the things that you own be made from stuff from another country, and sometimes those countries could be rival countries. But at the same time, like, that country wants us to keep buying stuff. They want us to keep buying stuff. They have a vested interest in us continuing to buy things. And we have a vested interest in them continuing to make things. The only thing is, we're going to have to up wages to keep up with that. But if you ask a lot of people, and this happened during the election, right? I personally thought that it would come out a little bit different, but people are I hate to say it, people are a little stupid. If you ask them right now, especially during the election, would you want prices to go down, or would you want your wages to go up when it comes to you being able to purchase more things in this world? And you know what everyone said overwhelmingly? They said they want prices to go down. And what did Donald Trump run on? I'm the price go down guy. I'm gonna make all the prices go down. I'm gonna just go to all the companies and wiggle my dick helicopter style. And I'm gonna do it so fast. I'm gonna fly up to the ceiling, hit the ceiling, and then flop back down onto the CEO's desk. And they're going to look at my crazy masculinity and be like, "Holy shit, he's so strong!" And press the prices go down 70% button. And that's how it's going to be. And that's just how it's going to happen. And they're going to cheer and they're going to be tired of winning. I'm tired of cringing. That's what they genuinely thought was going to happen. Obviously, that didn't work out. Anybody who was thinking about this for more than literally 2 seconds could figure that out. But Harris ran on, increase your wages. Trump ran on, make everything less expensive, and everybody wanted things to be less expensive. How in the world do you get things less expensive, but also make them in the US, but also give them good wages? Because nobody wants to work for pennies. Everyone's going to get so fucking mad. I know for a fact that people like Elon and Vivek Ramaswamy and all those other people and JD Vance's benefactors would be drooling. They'd be chomping at the bit to be able to pay people in Appalachia $2 an hour to put together Nike shoes, okay? I know they'd be drooling over it. But you know how pissed they would be? Do you think they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'd love to put together Nike shoes and Shein clothes and Temu trinkets for $2 a day. I'd love to do it." Hell no, dude. Absolutely not. Are you crazy? Absolutely not. And they're always constantly lying about how they're like, "Oh, I'd buy things that are more expensive." Dude, I talked about this before. This is a great time to pull it up. Let me see if I can figure this out real quick. Let me see if I can find this. It's this study, and it was just hilarious to me. I've had this in my back pocket for a while, but I hadn't found like a great time to pull it up. But like, It was this study that I looked at. It was from a yeah, here we go. Wait, no, I can't find it. I can't find it. It's gonna take just like a second. But it was this incredible study that came out where the researchers were trying to figure out at what price would Americans change from buying a foreign-made, Chinese-made product to an American-made product. And they kept changing if they were side by side, same exact quality, same exact ingredients, same exact, whatever, same exact, just like how it was made. The only difference was one was made in the US and they were like, this supports American workers, and one was made in China and this supports Dr. Han in China putting this shit together. Okay. Which one would you buy and at what price? And what they found out is that Americans would not pay even one singular penny more for an American made product. Not even one singular cent more. Not one. All of these people who were like, I would pay so much more for an American made product are just simply lying. They're constantly lying. Of course you're lying. Nobody is going to be okay with things being more expensive. They never have and they never will. Your whole thing for voting for this guy was making things cheaper. And now you're telling me you'd be okay if everything was more expensive? Give me a fucking break. No, you wouldn't. I gotta try and find this sometime, but like, because it was just so revealing that they put the price down to one singular penny. And it's different from surveys, because you'll find surveys where people say that they would spend more on American products. But this wasn't a study about what you would say and what you wouldn't say. This is like actual, like, you spending the money. And that's what they found. It's not even one singular cent more they would pay for an American made product. These people are just fucking lying out of their ass constantly. I heard somebody say this and it's so poignant. People lie with their mouths, but they tell the truth with their wallets. There's no possible way that you would be doing that. I know it for a fact. I know out of anything that I know is true in this world, I know that is true.
A lot of other local farmers around here, it was a major source of reliable revenue. For me, it's going to cost me around $150,000 a year.
$150,000.
Yeah, roughly 50% of my revenue.
That's a huge hit.
That's a massive hit.
Not far from Jim's farm, we found other Trump supporters who give the president high marks on tariffs. How do you feel about the tariffs?
Well, I feel like for years getting ripped off, and why not make it fair? 0-0. And I think Trump was upfront about it. He said we're going to hurt some now.
I think some of the countries they're already starting to come around. It's going to be good. I really believe that.
Yeah, it's cope. Have you ever seen cope this bad in your entire life? Painful smile. This is the smile of cope. Memorize this. It's been 2 weeks since this video came out. Chat, you know how many deals that have come out since? You know how many deals have come from Trump's hard wheeling and dealing, tariff stealing? 0, not one. China even said they're not even going to bring the tariffs down. Trump was thinking about bringing the tariffs down. He was like, okay, listen, I'll bring the tariffs down. Let's talk. We can bring the tariffs down. China was like, no, dog, you got it. You got us in here. Don't blink now, bitch. They were like, tariffs are going to stay up. They're going to stay up. I saw the craziest thing in the world. Did you see the Chinese official who dropped like one of the hardest bars I've ever seen in my entire life? I was a little offended, but I was like, God damn, I can't even get on him because I can't even get on him because he was aura farming. China is literally aura farming on China is literally aura farming on Donald Trump right now. It's genuinely it blows my mind, dude. It blows my mind because a couple of weeks ago now, JD Vance called Chinese workers peasants. He was like, American workers are financing Chinese peasants, making them Chinese crap. to then buy the Chinese crap from those filthy peasants. And then China hit back with like this crazy thing. What is, yeah, here we go. Bro was like, let those peasants in the United States wail in front of the 5,000 years of Chinese civilization. God damn. Bro, leave me alone. I didn't do anything. I didn't do it. I didn't do anything. Why am I out here catching strays? I felt like a sore pain in my abdomen. And I was like, what happened? I looked this up, bro. Hit me with a gut shot for no reason. Let those peasants in the United States wail in front of the 5,000 years of Chinese civilization. Bro's talking like a goddamn anime antagonist. It's crazy. What he say fuck me for? What he say fuck me for? Yeah, Xi, we got him right where we want him. Jinping. Yeah, bro's talking like Sephiroth. Calm down, man. It's a trade war. Please, I'm begging you. It really is the Chinese century. China is like Luigi posting right now. They're winning by doing literally nothing. Don't you think that's wild? They're winning by doing literally nothing. China did nothing and they've won. Yeah, plus 10 trillion to the CCP, man.
You have faith in Trump?
Yes, I do.
I think he's doing the right thing. In order for us to get back where we need to be, he needs to get the money somewhere, and they're charging us. Why not charge them?
Yeah, man, this is why I'm going to be personally incredibly, wildly, dramatically, emphatically skeptical about any poll that you see come out that says that Trump supporters are going to be like ditching Trump or like are now like skeptical of Trump. Like, they're not going to be, okay? Trump supporters are, you can't say Trump supporters are in a cult, but also Trump supporters are like, oh, they're turning against him. No, they're not. They're absolutely not. Not in 100 years. Trump literally could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and not lose a single vote. And that's not, and I feel like it's time to say that's not an exaggeration. It's not an exaggeration at all. He absolutely would. These people would see Trump, watch him with their own two eyes, shoot somebody. And the first thing they would think is, well, why is he standing in front of Trump's bullet? That'd be the first thing that they think. 100%. Why were you in the way while he was shooting his gun? Trump would never try to intentionally shoot you. Obviously, you were just standing in front of his gun when he pulled it out and pointed it in your general direction. Trump supporters are literally insane. They're crazy people. I promise you, Trump could literally go to one of these people's house, spit on their mom, and then they would be like, I just love the way he do things. He just got such a way with words. He's not like them other politicians. Incredible power cuck fetish. Yes, 100%. Like, let me remind you, okay? Trump supporters are the type of people who would, when Donald Trump comes to them and tell them one thing, and Jesus Christ himself steps down from his golden throne, steps down from clouds in the sky. I'm talking angels blaring bugles, God rays coming down. You can see the holes in his hands and feet. Jesus Christ come down and tell them the opposite. What Trump supporters would do would look at Trump again and ask him twice if what he said was true. And this, like, wait, let me see. He was joking. It was a meme. Oh no, my frames? Marco? Marco? Oh no. Polo? Okay. I was a little scared for a second. Thank you. Okay. All right. We're vibing. Tiny F, yeah, there was a little F there for a second. I was starting to drop frames and then it just restarted. I don't know. It was really weird. Yes, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you. The stream was laggy for a moment. I don't know, it just kind of cut for a second. Don't know why. Super weird, super peculiar. I wish I could find this. Does anybody know the video I'm talking about? Where they asked the Trump supporter, they were like, if Jesus told you one thing and Trump told you another, who would you listen to? And they were like, I'd ask Trump again. No sound? Wait. What in the world? Oh no. Oh no. Wait, I see sound on my side. Oh no. Two. Test 1 2. Check audio test. Check audio test. Can you hear that? Hello? 1 2. Test 1 2. Can I be heard? You can hear audio, can you? Polo? Oh, sounds fine. Okay. I don't know. Is that a Daily Show clip? Is it? I could be wrong.
If Jesus Christ gets down off the cross.
Wait. Yes. Okay. Wait a second. You sound kind of doubled. Yeah, I had to monitor my audio for a second.
If Jesus Christ gets down off the cross and told me Trump is with Russia, I would tell him, hold on a second. I need to check with the president if it's true.
What? What? Actual unironic Jesus Christ steps off the cross and tells him one thing. He has to ask Trump if it's true. Comedy. You can't make these people up. I knew this was real. It's just been 6 years since it happened. I knew I watched this clip. And it was in my memory storage bunker for quite some time. It's just been so long since I've seen it. Thank you. I got to keep this. This one's so peak. Is that YouTube chat? No, this is site chat. So the chat you see over here on stream, that's the website chat. You can do ! site. Oh no, it's not working. You can go to sharky.cc. It's also right next to the chat. sharky.cc. You can join the chat on stream. It's pretty cool. You would question God? Yeah, he would not believe actual unironic literal God, literal Jesus off the cross. That's a fresh Jesus too. Like that's peak. That's hot out. That's Jesus hot out the oven. That's how I knew that the bro was cooked. Bro was mentally cooked, because like if like a guy he just calls himself Jesus shows up, okay, maybe. Jesus off the cross though. Like you watched him move the boulder. And you you watched him move the boulder. And you were like, and he's like, I'll have to ask Trump before I believe anything you say, dude. Slow down. Slow down, Mr. Jesus. No audio on Twitch chat, I fear. Is it Twitch chat, is this true? Because like on my side, I'm seeing the audio come through. Well, no, yeah, it looks like it's gone. Have this tab muted? No, mute. Unmute. Wait. I hear you. Okay. I don't know. On my tab. It's so weird because on my tab I also can't hear myself. Like on my tab of the stream, I also can't hear myself. YouTube stream sounds fine. I don't know, maybe it's just, you think it's a Twitch thing? You think Twitch is trolling me? You think Twitch is racist? Type 1 if Twitch is racist, chat. What do you think? How we thinking? Because I think the answer might be yes. Unfortunately, that's just kind of how it is. Is Twitch not trolling you? So freaking true, dude. Oh, you're actually cooking so crazy with that one. I'll just switch to YouTube. This can't hear anything despite what site chat says. Yeah, I'm like, okay. Like I saw, I'm also seeing that. Like on my end on Twitch, I can't hear myself. And I have no clue why. I have no clue why. It seems on YouTube it's fine. On Twitch it does not seem fine. So let me see if I can. No sound. Yeah, people are still saying they have no sound on Twitch. Let me see if I can, I don't know. Let me see if I can fix anything. Oh no, I guess everyone has to join site chat and subscribe. They might have to. They might have to. That's really unfortunate. Actually, super fortunate because like it's actually great to subscribe personally, I think. Test 1 2. Yeah, I can hear myself. I can hear myself in Streamlabs. Okay. We're going to do something really quick. I'm going to restart the stream super quick. And I want to see if we can get this figured out. So I'm just going to restart really quick. I'll be right back.